Hi everybody, it's Dawn. Today I want to do something a little bit different. You've seen the feathers that people have done as chain pulls and string pulls. And today I want to do something that's kind of based on dot pointillism, but it's not true pointillism. But instead of trying to tell you about it, I'm going to show you. First I want to lay down a layer of black as my background color. So I'm going to take a minute and do that. I know some people like to do their scrapers or drywall knives, or I think a silicone scraper would be a great thing to use to spread paint, but I have found that a good old paintbrush, made for paint, gets the job done fairly quickly and easily. Although I imagine that a silicone scraper would clean up pretty easily. So maybe that would be the more environmentally conscious choice. But today we're just using my cheapy brush from the impulse purchase aisle at the checkouts at my local Michael's store. I have made my paint just slightly thinner than my usual 2-to-1 mix, and it's still my 2-to-1 mix, but I have added just a slight bit more water, both for the background paint and for the paints that I'm going to use, because this isn't a blob painting. Like I said, this is something just a little different, something that occurred to me actually while I was thinking one day about what do you want to paint. So anyway, I think we're just about done with the black here. Actually, if that'll sit there, I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to hit it with a torch, because if there's bubbles, we want them to pop now, not after the other paint is on, because those bubbles, if they don't pop until later, sometimes you get a white spot all the way down to the canvas. So I said I was going to do dots, and that's my plan. And I think my paint's all good here. I have these little pipettes, and I got a box of 12 for like, $4, maybe $5 from Amazon. So that's what I want to use today. So I've got one for each color here. So I'm just going to, I was going to say soak up, but I'm actually sucking up a little bit of the color I want to start with. And I'm going to make a feather kind of on a diagonal, I think. So I'm just going to use the pipette just to drop dots. The line has, this will be the spine of my feather. Not really squeezing a whole lot, I just barely touch it to the black paint, and the drop comes off. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. This actually requires slightly more concentration than walking and chewing gum. So if you just bear with me. Okay, that's all the white I'm going to use for just right now. Let's load up the blue. The white I use is just Artist Loft Flow Acrylic and White. This is Liquitex Basics in Ultramarine Blue. That is such a bright, pretty blue. Okay. I think that's ready to go. So let's put some blue at the tip of the feather. Okay, I think that's enough dots. So I'm going to grab my palette knife and a paper towel to wipe it on, because I think that might be the best way to go. And let's see if I'm right about how this will turn out. So I'm just going to draw it. Through like that. Whoops. Silly me. I touched the edge there. Oh. Anyway, touch that up. So yeah. I see the blue is getting lost in the black a little bit. So I'm going to redo the blue and bigger dots. Because blue seems to be getting lost. And we don't want the blue to get lost. We want it to stay. That's a little better. And the light will go. Drag it twice. Yeah, I didn't clean it up that time. Mainly because that blue wants to disappear. We don't want the blue to disappear. Just put some of that white through. I forgot to put some more blue on that. I'm just going to touch up the blue a little bit. More blue. Yeah, more blue. Maybe it'll stay. instead of being swallowed up by the black, which sometimes happens. Sorry to say, but if your consistencies of paint aren't quite right, the black will swallow up some of your other colors, especially if they're darker. He'll just kind of disappear, never to be seen again. Like a mystery. Here, we've added a little more. And we'll just, yeah, that's a little better. I need to fill in there a little bit, so that's more dots. Actually, let me add a line of red and kind of see if. I was thinking red and blue might mix a little bit, but I haven't set up the dots in such a way that they could. So, didn't make any purple. I'm just going to play a little more. I'm looking at this where I've done it in the white. Just it kind of looks like here's the spine and here's some ribs, and now I can't unsee it. But it does look kind of cool. Maybe I just need to make it look a little less rib-like. Oh dear. And then again, some of it is really quite nice. We're going to put white tips. Oh, see, sometimes you just gotta look and see, what does this need? And this just says, it needs more white for contrast. So that's what we're putting in. All right. Oh, I like it's mixing a little bit there. Yeah. Let's see, now we lost some definition there. That's my fault. Sometimes you just don't know when to stop, eh? More blue. Do. I am getting some ideas on how to set this up for the next one. Because there's going to be a next one. Yeah, that's not so bad. Feels like I just stuck my arm against the canvas. I did. Just a little bit, though. That's good. Only a little bit of cleanup today. Actually, sometimes it's kind of nice not to have to wear the gloves because the gloves are so messy. So yeah, that's kind of giving little white tips here and there. We need some down here too. Don't want these for it to look like, oh no, I got missed. I'm not special. There. I'm just going to add another dot or two to extend the quill. Put it up into there. Okay. So, there you have it. I don't think you need a close-up because you can see the whole thing from here. So this is just a different idea that I wanted to try, and this is my version of a feather painting. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate that you took some time to spend with me and my art. Now before you go, be sure to hit like and subscribe,
and maybe check out a couple other videos. There's quite a few here. Thanks again for watching. You have a super day. Bye for now.